Okay, you gotta be quiet, because you know what you're gonna have to listen for. Sort of a C plus for better effort. Let's try it again. Well, even though that sounded better, you went back to a C because only half of you had your instruments to your mouths. Okay? Fussy, fussy. Let's try it together. I'll pretend I'm playing the clarinet here. Okay, here we go. Now, I didn't have to give a downbeat, I didn't have to give a prep beat, I didn't have to do anything. But the one thing I did, which I think I did better than you, I might say. Can you hear me breathe? Mm-hmm. What I heard from you was... You're too sneaky. Don't be sneaky. Let me, you gotta be a big breather here. Okay, let's try it again. Excellent. You guys each get the I'm a big breather. Alright, let's go back to this little game. Here we go. B flat concert. Here we go. We're gonna go flat, then sharp, and then back to pitch. Up and down. Was it easier to go down in pitch or easier to go up in pitch? Down. It's a ton easier to go down in pitch. So if I had to listen, I'd rather listen to people in tune, but if I had to listen to people who are either playing sharp or flat, I would much rather hear a little sharp. Also, it's much easier to adjust the pitch than it is if you had to keep pinching up. Now, the last note we stopped on was this, your E natural. Let me hear it, clarinets. This E. Okay. Let's try it. Okay. Okay. Now, of the three of you, who was the highest?
The middle.
Who is the lowest? You're in the middle. But you're in the middle. Okay. So what are you going all the way? A little bit more to come out. Let's try one more time. No, it's just one note. Okay, here we go. Now, when you breathe, why don't you breathe? You're going to place your tongue on the reed. The act of tonguing for saxes and clarinets is actually pulling away from the reed. Tonguing is not this, like Rambo coming and hitting the reed. It's trumpets. When you articulate, you lock your tongue, you blow, and then you pull the tongue back, right? It's the same thing on a reed instrument. Okay? Here we go, the E natural. Okay, now use one of these things. Keep going until it's in tune. Raise your hand when they're in tune. Yeah, I'm going to write a new textbook for music teachers. It's called Intonation Through Electrocution. And I have a textbook coming out where I put a little electrode under every C. And if you're a little out of tune, you get 10 volts. If you're really bad out of tune, you get 50 volts. I think that would be a good incentive. 100 volts. Okay, let's try that again. One more time. Raise your hand when they're in tune. Here we go. I was just kidding, by the way. I'm really sort of a nice person, more or less. Okay, here we go. Clarinets. Fix it. Fix it. Fix it.
Had it for a second.
You had it for a second.
Yeah.
Fix it. Fix it. Fix it. Fix it. Fix it. Fix it.
They're getting electrocuted. I think they're all dead by now.
Okay. So this is sort of a form of torture, but you can intonation is something that I work with my college students. Intonation is something as a player myself I work on as an adult. It's one of the hardest things to do because we spend so much time learning the technique of playing, the fingerings, and sometimes we forget about training the ears. That's the second half of the technique. So you guys are playing really, really well. But where you need to improve a little bit on is when you do have intonation problems, how can you fix it? How can you fix it quickly? Now, I think I might have brought you in a little bit too much. Let's try that again. Your E. Let's start with an open G. Open G. Not bad. Let's go down to an F. Okay, now saxophones and clarinets, we're going to have a little musical hygiene talk here. When you go into your mouthpieces, water condenses in the mouthpieces. So what you have to do is, I guess the polite word would be aspirate. And the not quite so polite would be put it back where it came from. So before you play, you have to go, because if you don't, you're going to get a tone that sounds like this. And your parents are going to be going, oh my gosh, what is that terrible sound I'm hearing? So make sure you aspirate. Okay, let's all do it. Woodwinds, here we go, aspirate.
Suck it in.
All right, now, let's go back to your open G. That was pretty good. Open G. Yeah. All right, so think about intonation. Let's go to the Oregon Trail, shall we? Okay, here we go. Trumpet, you all set? Yes. All right. Sing the first note. Sing the first note. Sing it. Fix it. Fix it. You know, it is a lot easier to sing in tune than it is to play in tune. Because when you sing in tune, all you think is, all I think of is, wow, what an ugly voice you have. But also, where the pitch center is, where the tone is. When you're playing an instrument, you've got embouchure, tongue, air, fingers. You've got a ton of things to think about. One of the things I like to do is sometimes just take the music away, just sing things. And you'll find that you have better ear training and that you have better accuracy on the first notes. Okay, sing that again, the first note. Ah, excellent, you got it. Here we go. Now play it. Really nice. Now, the clarinets were even so shocked, it was so beautiful and so nice, they didn't play. Now, woodwinds, can I hear the trill in the second measure? Woodwinds, here we go. Trill in the second measure. 2, 3, 4. Okay, can you make it white hot fast? Right now, I've got this. I need a humming here. How fast does the hummingbird's wings go? Fast or slow? Slow. Very fast. Unless it's dead. Okay, here we go. All right on the trill. Oh, where does it stop? Where does the wing stop? On 1. Well, it dies on 1. You're right. Here we go. 1, 1, 2, same thing. 1, 2, 3, 4, up. 1, one's off on 4, right?
Yeah.
So really intense, lots of sound, make sure when you stop. And then you can say, I had a thrilling day. Sorry,
Laugh.
sorry, it's a morning joke, just wanted to make sure everyone was awake. Here we go, trumpets, beginning again. 1, 2, big sound. Okay, now, if I were to dance to this, let's say this is almost like dance music, and I went dee dee da 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 dee 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 da 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 da. I wouldn't know where to put my feet. So one of the things about really steady rhythm. You wouldn't believe I actually took Arthur Murray dance lessons with my wife.